that's what I like about this intro. I can come in making noise on every program. Fam, hey, I appreciate you waiting on us. You're gonna love the reason why you're waiting. And Stevie, life happens, and he had do a little thing there, but he's ready. He's ready to go. Hey, Steve, what's up?
What's up, Ronbo? What's up, Faithful? What y'all got going on?
Man, Stevie, man, we got another week left in this month, man. Because, right now, we're already coming up a little hinge because we know we got juice. Free agency worked out pretty well. We got cash left over to re-sign people next season. Because, we got people, bucks going to have to be paid. And then, of course, we got key pieces to fit into key slots. It's a plan. It's a plan. It's a plan, Stevie. But, Stevie, You are the man today, and you know what is needed. It's like we already got the nitro. Stevie's getting ready to add the glycerin. The 2019 draft. Stevie! You got to say, Stevie, what you want? Go ahead and say what you want to say to the audience, and then you just jump right into there.
Oh, I got a question.
All
right. Okay, so I want to go back to this little Odell thing real quick. So, my thing is, check it out, Ronbo. So, if John Lynch knew we were getting D4 for a 2020 second round pick, and knew we could still get Odell with the second pick. Now, I know the second pick means a lot. Now, I understand that. Yeah. But if they're already planning on trading back because they feel like D4 fits the Leo spot, and we already have a big end of Eric Armstead, not saying Nick Bosa can be a better one than him, but they already planning on trading back if they do want to trade back. Say if Nick Bosa still doesn't go to us at number 2.
Right.
Why won't you not just get Odell still with the number 2 pick, even though we won't have a first round? But at least, you feel me, we'll have a star-studded receiver because we're looking for one now still to this day. Right. We're still looking for it, but we would have had Odell and D4 instead of just D4 and not.
See, Stevie,
you know what I'm saying?
I got a theory on that because did you notice how immediately within the hour after the 49ers lost out on that deal. Oh, hey, call Kansas City, quick, hurry up. Call them and tell them they can get the number 2 pick. Because the 49ers probably thought they was going to lose, they was going to get rid of the number 2 pick to get Odell. And then the Giants, oh, no, y'all are confused. We said number 1 pick, number 3 pick, and give us the Forrest Buckner. And John Lynch probably said, oh, my God. All right.
Yeah.
This conversation's over.
But you see, I think they did it like that just because we're both in the NFC. So I understand why would they ask for more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They would have to ask for more because in the NFC. They had to ask for less because now he's in the AFC. They don't have to see him at all, really.
See?
So I understand that. But I'm pretty sure they know they were asking too much when they asked for the Forrest Button and all that.
Yeah,
but
I know.
could understand if we gave them, if they didn't want to swap with us, okay, we'll give them the number 2 pick, but we get Odell. Then we gave up our 2020 second round, and we got D4. And we'll still have a first round next year, just our second, third, fourth, and our 2 6 this year, which still could fill a lot of holes, especially because of how we did in free agency.
Right.
We just on that second round pick, we just get our safety.
Well, Steve,
so that's just a little clear.
We could go ahead and see what you got on planned here. Let's go ahead. Stevie's got 2 drafts for you. So Stevie, run it down. Draft number 1.
All right. This is a non-trade scenario draft on this one, so this is just straight up. So, of course, with the number 2 pick overall, we're going to get Nick Bosa. Like, that's been a consistent pick since we landed at number 2, and knowing that Cliff Kingsbury wants some Kyler Murray. So that's the definite right there. He'll upgrade our defense tremendously. So I would love that. Put him at the big end. So you'll put Armstead inside more. And that means Solly's going to have to be a rotational player because you can't put him in on that rotation with D4, DeForest Buckner, Armstead, and Nick Bosa. So he's going to be that rotational player. So that'll be that.
Oh, Solomon, you was the number 3 pick, Solly. Oh, my God, what you going to do?
He shouldn't have been. He was a projected second round pick until he had a good game against Trubisky, and that bumped him up for some type of reason. Oh. So that's that. And then now here's the pick, right? The second overall pick. I'm not second overall pick. The second round pick is Nasir Adderley. Nasir Adderley is a true free safety. His pro comp is to Earl Thomas. Because I don't know why they feel as if our free safeties are just good or something like that. My thing is for one of our players, okay, like Adrian Colbert, he's good, but to be a good player in the NFL or be a good pro player, you don't digress in your second year. It shouldn't be no such thing as a sophomore slump. You should get better each and every year. If you don't get better each and every year, you weren't doing what is necessary to be good in
during
the
off
place.
season. Yeah,
exactly. So You don't see guys like Patrick Peterson. He's been to eight Pro Bowls in 8 years since his rookie year. He's been a Pro Bowl each and every year. He hasn't digressed. Now he's on the elite status, but that shows you like you progress every year. Then you got guys like Richard Sherman. He progressed every year. He wasn't a All Pro or anything like that his rookie year, but leading up to it, he got better and better. Earl Thomas, better and better. Like you gotta get better. None of our safeties first can stay healthy, and two, that it's inconsistent play on a consistent basis. So you bring in more competition because I'm pretty sure I don't know why they signed Jimmy Ward back. I understand why they did it because they like him, but I don't understand from a fans' perspective because it makes no sense. He's been here for 5 years, only had 2 interceptions. He's a good tackler, but you've been hurt 4 out of 5 years. I don't know why they want to sign you back for insurance. I don't know why, but it's okay though. We got Nasir Adderley, you know what I'm saying? So he's gonna come in, step in, and hopefully he'll take over the starting role. Because there's going to be competition everywhere for the free safety and strong safety as well. So we want Nasir Adderley with the second round pick. And then now my third round pick, I understand a lot of people be like, well, we could probably get a receiver or something like that. I say that for later. Right now, we still need inside O-lineman help. And I will take the guard from Ohio State, guard/center, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is a 6'6", 312 lineman who from his freshman year to his junior year started every single game. And he had at center, he had second Big Ten all honors, but as a guard, he had first team Big Ten all honors. So that lets you know he's a better guard than he is center, but he has the capability of playing both at a high level.
Hey, what year is he in, Stevie?
He's a junior. He's a junior.
See, that's good. That's 3 years of coaching. I like that.
3 years. And he started every year since he was a freshman. He was freshman Big Ten Player of the Year, I believe. Not Player of the Year, but offensive lineman of the year or something like that. So he's been known since his freshman year, but he's been going back and forth from center to guard, you know, because they did have guys like Billy Price and everything. And his pro comp is Alex Boone, which is not bad. So because when Alex Boone was with us, he was pretty decent. Now it'd be good for a third round pick to help out our old line because I'm pretty sure Joshua Garnett is going to get traded for a pick for next year because he's just probably going to be a camp traded.
Hey,
oh yeah, that's for next year.
And you know what the nice thing about Jordan is he plays center, like he's mentioned, because Weston Richburg, I think he's going to have health issues the whole time. He was banged up when he left New York. He got banged up immediately last year with us.
Yeah, so
I don't know about
we might have a good steal with Michael Jordan. I like him because we need O-line help. We definitely need it. Yeah. We definitely need it. And so now to my fourth round pick, this is a guy, he's been real under the radar, but had a great combine, His name is Miles Boykin. He's a receiver out of Notre Dame. He's 6'4" and runs a 4.42. And he had a 43-inch vertical. Exactly. So he's a big body receiver. You know, of course he has his weaknesses because he can get jammed up sometimes by a physical corner. So he's going to have to work on that on his release. But he's a big red zone target that we can have, and that has a 4.42 speed. So he can get past defenders. Yeah. So and he had 59 catches for 872 yards and 8 touchdowns last year with the rotating quarterback play. Because Notre Dame quarterback play, you have I forgot the quarterback's name, but they had the white dude and the black dude keep rotating throughout the year. So with inconsistent quarterback play, he still averaged good numbers because this was more of his breakout year this year than any other years.
And as much as you watch college football, if you forgot the quarterbacks' names, they couldn't have been that good. So
it was Ian something, I think Ian Brook or something like that. And I don't think
they weren't at the combine, were they?
Yeah, no. I think they still got another year. They got another year. So that's my fourth round pick. So for my sixth round, I know we have 2 6th-round picks. For that one, I want Khalil Hodge out of Buffalo. Khalil Hodge can fill a void for Malcolm Smith because Malcolm Smith, I'm pretty sure, either going to get hurt again or he's going to get off the team this year. With Khalil Hodge is a tackle machine. Every year he averaged over 120 tackles or more. 120 tackles or more.
I would even trust you to go in and play that position if Malcolm Smith is all I had to depend on.
Exactly.
Malcolm Smith is not going to survive camp, and we all know this. He's going to come out with either a hamstring pull or some kind of injury that is going to have him shelved for up to 3 to 4 weeks in the season. And then we're going to be looking at, of course, a Sam. You know what? You're right. We got to get somebody on that Sam linebacker spot. So, you know.
Exactly. And Khalil Hodge, he has a couple of interceptions in his career. Yeah. So he could play the inside and the outside just like Michael Smith. So he could play both roles. Now, rushing and passer wise, I'm pretty sure that's not going to be his forte. But if he could do the same role as Michael Smith did and just play on like nickel downs where he doesn't have to rush or base down where he doesn't have to rush, and just drop in the coverage and play the linebacker role, we could have him like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be one way. And then my last 6th-round pick, we need another punter because, I mean, I know we signed one,
yeah.
but this one is arguably the best one in college coming out this year, which is, I mean, it's a punter. But his name is Jack Fox out of Rice. He averaged, I think, 45 yards per punt. So he could change the feel of the game depending on where we are. His longest punt ever was a 76-yard punt.
Whoa!
And he had that, yeah, exactly. So he could get that. He could get there now. He impressed during the Senior Bowl as well because a lot of even though it's not saying too much, but at the same time he's still impressed at the Senior Bowl when he did punt. Because I watched him in the game as well. He did actually put it like he flipped the whole field. So I mean, that's a game. A punter can be a game changer for a lot of games.
Oh God, yeah.
You know, Bradley Penn was on 30 yards, 30-something yards. That's not really cutting. Like
he never put once in a while. Never good placement, Stevie. Never good placement. Exactly. You know, how many times have we pinned the opposition within the 10 and 15-yard line?
Oh, very few. And we punted a lot last year too. So. Yeah.
No. I mean, it was constant. Bradley Price, that's the problem was I was tired.
Exactly. So that's my first draft scenario right here.
All right.
But I feel like my second
wait. Let me. There's a question here. Right. Mr. Leaks wants to know which wide receiver. Okay, he did mention. Okay, Mr. Leaks, he already mentioned the wide receiver. We'll miss past that question. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, there's Big Show. Big Show says, what a shocker. Still ain't gonna happen though. And LOL, carry on though. There's a lot of people that the thing is, Stevie, people don't like Nick, but I can't understand why. Nick's been the top, I'm talking the top gun since December of last year. Yeah.
Since his sophomore year. He's been a consistent number 1 pick coming out for this year's draft. Like,
people need to think about for a minute. They say he's better than Joey. Who did Joey not impress?
Exactly. But we still have to see on that because Joey's been doing it for a couple of years now. We still got to see what Nick is going to do with the.
I know, right? But Joey came in. Joey came in his first year. They couldn't contain him. And he came in late, and didn't he throw up 10 sacks before the season was over? Did he go to the Pro Bowl in his first year?
I believe so.
Yeah, I want to see his brother.
So Nick has all the tools for it. Like he's being taught by his father, his brother. His brother's taught him everything he knows for the most part. He said, I think he said on the interview, he thanks his brother for it because his brother taught him everything. Like, of course you want to be ahead of the curve, but it's still you have to prove it
you gotta
yourself.
Go out there and do it.
He's been doing that though as well. So
you just gotta stay healthy.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Let me go over your picks real quick. All right, first round pick. It is Nicky B. Ohio State. Second round pick at number 36, safety Nasser Adderley from Delaware. Third round pick, Michael Jordan, center guard from Ohio State, who says, I'm the one who has to work against Nick every day. Y'all don't know. Fourth round pick at 104, wide receiver Miles Boykin, Notre Dame. And a 6th round pick, 176. He's a linebacker that hails out of Buffalo, Khalil Hines. And a 6th round pick, 212. It's punter Jack Fox out of Rice. Stevie, I like your work. All right, let's go ahead and get that.
Appreciate you.
Hey, go ahead and get that. Let's get that trade down. How you go? Because Steve's going to show his GM skills and how he manipulates players and moves around to get what he needs. Go ahead, Stevie.
Right. So now with the trade down scenario, I feel we could trade down with the Giants, even though they botched us on the Odell trade, trying to ask for so much. Well, I feel like they're gonna try to make it up again, try to go in the draft and get another quarterback. So now we get their 6th and 17th pick, and we know they get our 2nd pick overall. And so the person I feel like we could still get at 6, I know it's going to be crazy, but it's Quentin Williams. I could still see him going at 6 because this is how the scenario is going to go. You got the first pick, let's say the Cardinals get Nick Bosa. They don't get Kyler Murray, right? So that number 2 pick, everybody named Mama is going to try to get that number 2 pick for a quarterback.
Yep.
So with that being said, we trade with the Giants because they give us a better offer with the 2 first-round picks, right? So the Giants get a quarterback, make Dwayne Haskins. So number three is the Jets going to probably get Josh Allen. So number 4, that'll be the tricky one. A lot of people think Quentin Williams will go there, but they just re-signed, I think, their D tackle, and he's actually pretty good. They just re-signed him, so they're pretty almost stat right there for the Raiders for the with their D tackle. Oh. So I'm pretty sure, either they might throw a bone, they might get Kyler Murray because they do. There's rumors out there saying they might do that, or they might.
Yes, I've heard about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or they might get the cornerback or a linebacker. The cornerback Greedy Williams, maybe that might be too high at 4, but the same thing was said about Denzel Ward last year, but he ended up being a Pro Bowl. So, and they might get somebody like Greedy Williams, or they might get the linebacker Devin White. You may never know, to pair with Fontez Burfict. So you may never know.
Steven, hold on for a second. Remember, if you have any questions, #Q question, and we'll get it right to our GM of the day, Steven. All right, Steve, continue.
Right. All right, and then the 5th round pick, the 5th pick overall, it's the same thing. So say the Raiders do go Quentin Williams, right? Or not Quentin Williams, but Greedy Williams, right? What's the name? Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They definitely need a linebacker. Like, they just lost Kawhi Alexander to us, so they definitely need a linebacker to fill that void. So they're gonna probably get Devin White out of LSU with the 5th pick, leaving because they don't need D tackle because they just got Vita Vea last year and they still got Jared McCoy. Yeah. So that leaves the 6th pick with Quentin Williams with us, best player available. So now by getting him, somebody has to go. And you know who's going to have to go if we get Quentin Williams. Yeah, Solid T. Yeah, you have to go. So, you know what I'm saying? We're going to get a little phone call from the Bengals because, the Bengals need D-line help as well. So the Bengals going to give us their 3rd round pick.
Yeah.
That's the number 72 pick overall.
Ooh.
That's cool. So we'll get their 3rd round pick for Solid. It might be too high for them, but, it's draft time. They need help. So they get Solid, let them go in there, let them play their D tackle over there, and we won't have to play them this year too. So,
but Stevie, you don't think they're gonna probably tell you though, Stevie. They're gonna say, "Hey, listen, I tell you what, we're gonna give you. Why don't you keep Solomon and give us Ronnie Blair? Can you stand that?" And you didn't draft him at the top of your order because they're gonna know Ronnie Blair's a better deal.
I like Ronnie Blair. Ronnie Blair. And he gets more sacks than Solomon Thomas on a limited basis, and then 2, he could play the outside. He could play the big end a little bit because he could contain the outside, and he could also play inside. So he's versatile enough. Solid T is not that versatile. He's not that strong on the big end. He's only on the inside. He's a liability right now. So that was a botched pick when we got him on that draft. So let's go ahead and clear up that mistake for a 3rd round pick.
How I felt about that pick.
Exactly, I felt the same way. So we trade Solomon Thomas to the Bengals for a 3rd round pick. And so now, even with the 2nd round pick, we're still not the 2nd round pick, back to the 17th pick overall. We're going to get Brian Burns out of Florida State. 15.5 tackles for loss, 10.5 sacks on a bad Florida State football team because that Florida State is my favorite college. So you already know.
You watched them, yeah.
Exactly. It was a bad year where the defense was on the field all the time. And the offense couldn't do nothing, but still he was productive enough. And he can drop back in coverage. He ran at 6'5", 250. He ran a 4.53, so he could drop. But now we're not asking him to do no picks or anything, get any picks, but just be a body out there. He could definitely do that, and he definitely could rush the passer from the Sam position and Leo if you want to let him be a rotational player.
That's it right there, Stevie. As soon as you said you could put him in the Sam position, I got you put Brian Burns at the Sam.
Off the line on nickel packages.
You put Brian Burns at the Sam. I got Nicky B at the Leo, or the big end. I got I got D Ford at the coming up the edge. My God, that's a rush. That is a rush.
Yeah. So you'll have, but you'll have Quentin Williams in the middle. So it'll be Brian Burns, Quentin Williams, Defoe.
Oh, that's right.
Defoe,
Quentin in the middle,
not Nicky. Yeah. Quentin in the middle. So now imagine you go on that front. And you can rotate all the time. You can rotate. Ronald Blair could play the big end sometimes. Eric Armstead's still going to be on the team, so he can play the big end. And then you could rotate them all out. That's a mean force right there. Because Brian Burns is almost...
No, I was going to say, and people didn't understand. People still looking at Eric Armstead as being trash, but they don't realize statistically Eric Armstead was your second best defensive lineman on the team.
I thought he was trash too, but he came out this year. He proved a little something this year when he stayed healthy too. So and he actually did really good.
There you go.
So that'll be that. So my second round pick overall is still gonna be the same. It's still gonna be Nasir Adderley with the 2nd round pick. So I'm not changing. We still need a free safety. And a lot of people keep saying he might not get past the late first rounds, but
yeah,
you don't know. It's a lot of safeties in this draft that might go because he's a free safety, but you got guys like Taylor Rapp that might go in the first round, Jonathan Abram that is going to go in the first round. You got a lot of kids that that might go before him, so he might be an early day 2 pick, which is our pick, a 36 pick overall. So he may fall in our laps.
And Steve, you're talking about two different kind of safeties too, because Rapp is a hammer. You put Rapp. He's more of an SS anyway. There's a couple of those, and everybody can't play the FS. So
they can't. I think the only one that can play the FS is they say Jonathan Abraham from Mississippi State, and they got him ranked over Adderley right now. So you have him, and then you got Adderley. So you may never know how it go, but I feel like he may slip early in the second round just because there's so much other D-line and D-line talent in this draft, and linebackers and corners that may fall in the 20s as well, just because of that, and other offensive players like the receivers may fall as well. So that's how I feel like
watch out for Juan Thornhill, that kid out of Virginia too.
Yeah, but I don't know why they got him as a third-round pick. I think he's gonna be an early day 2 pick as well, like early. But a lot of them have him rated as a third-round pick. I don't know why though, but he's good.
Because of the way things fall.
Yeah, the way things fall. So that's that. So now on to the third-round pick. Now our third-round pick, I want Hakeem Butler, but that's gonna be with the Bengals pick. My other third-round pick is still the same. But
to replace I bet you're right. To replace the player everybody wants the 49ers to get. Exactly. How many years has he got left on his contract, Stevie? Tall boy. No, out in Cincinnati, the Bengals right now. All pro.
AJ Green. I think AJ Green only got 1 more year, 2 more years left on his contract. But instead of, cause I'm pretty sure they're not gonna let us get AJ Green. So that's why I say Hakeem Butler is a good option that may fall to us in the third round because he went to a good school. Iowa State is really underrated, right? Really underrated. But
so I was going to ask you about that, Stevie. Why is Hakeem Butler? They say he's a 3rd to 5th round pick. Why?
Yeah, I don't understand that either. You put up 1,300 something yards with 9 touchdowns, and you're not even on the best team in one of the countries, but you're putting up good numbers. So your talent cast around you is not good. So everybody's going to key in on you. Everybody know you're the number 1 receiver, but you're still putting up good numbers against good schools like the Oklahomas. Because I think they're actually the Big 12, but they're underrated in the Big 12. But at the same time, he still put up good numbers. You 6'5" and run a 4.42. Or 4.48, I'm sorry. He ran a 4.48. That's still flying. And he's working with Calvin Johnson because that's his pro come, but he's actually working with Calvin Johnson to become a better receiver. That'll
work.
That's what I'm saying. That'll work too. So why not train from one of the best at the same? You got the same height, same speed almost. It's just why not train with him? So you get him. Now we got that big body receiver on the outside as well. So that's another one. And then that's my third round pick. My other third round pick, our original third round pick is still Michael Jordan. But with the Bengals third round pick, I'm going to get Hakeem Butler with that one, the 7-2 overall pick. The 7-2 overall. And then my fourth round, I switched up on this one. Instead, on my last one, I had us getting a receiver. On this fourth round, I have us getting a DB out of Kentucky, Lonnie Johnson Jr. Now, with Lonnie Johnson Jr., he impressed at the Senior Bowl as well. He's a 6'2" corner, 213 pounds, and running a 4.53. So he's not flying, but that's good enough for his speed and his height.
How much does he weigh?
He's 213.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay.
Yeah. No, he's a big boy. But he on one of his plays, he did get beat bad by DK Metcalf, but that's DK Metcalf. So, but at the same time, like I said, he's the fourth round pick because he has weaknesses as well. Like he could get beat off the line a little easy by the little shifty receivers, and long speed can get him. But if you put him in in our cover 3 scheme, and you have him playing his zone a lot and off ball, because he could play press real good and off the ball. It's just he get mixed up sometimes, especially with the little quick receivers and the big fast receivers. So he's a developmental player to where we're gonna have competition in this camp, Ronbo. I'm not content with the fact that Keller. One thing. A lot of people say, look how Keller played at the end of the year. He did the same thing last year and played good at the end of the year, but then was bad at the beginning of this year. So it's just like don't go off the end of the year because they know at the end of the year, I gotta play for something. I might lose my job. I might get traded. That's when you start playing harder. You should start doing that from the beginning.
Stevie, please don't tell me that's his attitude. Kello's got to know better than that.
I'm not saying that's his attitude, but I'm just saying like, you have a sense of urgency now at the end because you got benched. Now you have a sense of urgency. Where was your sense of urgency before? This is the NFL. Like you can't play no more. And I don't want no players on my team that just be playing. I want dead serious players. I need somebody that's on it because I'm tired. First, I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of all this complaints and everything. I want us to be back where we're supposed to be at the top of everybody. So I don't need any mediocrity or anything like that. That's why I'm putting competition in all day. Jason Verrett, if he's healthy, he's taking that job.
Yeah.
He's taking that job off rip. And that's scary with him and Richard Sherman because Richard Sherman played off kind of bad last year. Well, he didn't even play bad. He played good, but he was still kind of hurt. Now he's
that's what I'm getting ready to say. That was Richard Sherman living off his reputation. People were still scared of him.
Good. Still did good. They picked on our left side. They picked on our right side the whole time. Like, come on, man. Like, but now it's okay though because I feel like I still question John Lynch sometimes with the picks because he knew free safety was an urgency and he still didn't get Earl Thomas. Like you throw money at Le'Veon Bell, but you won't throw money at Earl Thomas. That don't make no sense to me. Somebody of a dire need. We didn't need Le'Veon Bell in the backfield.
That's right. I agree.
And especially now that you got Tevin Coleman, you didn't need Le'Veon Bell. You could have still threw that money at Earl Thomas, and that defense would have been complete. That defense would have been complete.
You would have Pro Bowlers in every spot. Oh, then
exactly. Now you don't have to worry about, in the second round, do we get a receiver in the second round? Do we get a safety in the second round? Because you never know how they're going to play out. Earl Thomas is a proven vet. I don't give a damn about them 2 broken legs. I don't care. He still had more interceptions than us in 3 games or 4 games, whatever games he played, than we had the whole season. That's sad.
I know.
That's sad. That's sad. So
it's but you know, Stevie, I got to tell you, I do believe in the concept that if your frontline rush is up to par, your secondary will not suffer so badly as this one did.
They won't suffer so badly. They will still suffer, but they won't suffer if you get the right players. You have a good secondary and a good D-line rush.
Then you have the Seattle Seahawks defense. That's what they did. That front line was deadly, and therefore everybody else's job in the secondary was almost a piece of cake. You know?
Exactly. And I blame part of that on the coaches too because our players were not developing well. Our rookie players weren't developing well. Like our veteran players that we bring in, they're veteran players. They had good structure wherever they were before, or they've been proven before. We are rookies and all that, especially on the defense. Offensive side, they were fine. Defensive side, they weren't developing well because a lot of that because the coaches as well. Like what was our quarterbacks coach?
Cornerbacks, Jeff Hafley. Yeah. And Hafley's
yeah.
Boy, that's
I could tell because I know the insides of him. You know what I'm saying? I know Hafley wasn't that good of a coach, especially because of somebody I know. I'm not gonna put his name out there. But I know just for inside, just like they were not getting along. It's just like he wasn't teaching right. So and you could tell Richard Sherman had to teach most of them because it's like he had to school them on almost every play.
And Sherman never said anything. Never said. He just went out, like you said, he went out there and he threw nobody under the bus.
Exactly. He's trying to not throw nobody under the bus. But Jeff Hafley being gone, and we got Joe Woods now, who's been a defensive coordinator on a top 10 defense for a couple of years. Now he's our DB coach and assistant defensive coordinator. Because what's name? What you call him? Bobby Saleh? Let him mess up.
Bobby Saleh. Everybody hates my boy Bobby.
Gotta go DC, and then I need DC's gonna be Joe Woods. I'm telling you, Rumble. I'm telling you.
It may be. I mean, I ain't got no problem. If he's a better coach,
they're not playing. They're not playing with. They're not playing with anybody. I feel like Kyle is not playing this year. John Lynch may be prudent with a lot of stuff that he does. Now I understand that he try to make the big splash and all that. I understand that he tries, but a lot of times he's not getting them. Like he tries, but try a little harder. Because I understand a lot of people do like the big names and all that, but the big names are big names for a reason. They don't just come out of nowhere. So when it's available, when it's time, because now look at the Browns. The Browns done transformed that whole entire team.
Yeah, but you know, Stevie,
they're good.
Wait a minute. The thing about the Browns is when you finish in the top 2 to 3, 5, 6, Browns? 8 out of the last 10 years, the Browns hit the top of the draft.
Yeah,
I mean, they better have a good team by now.
But still, Rumble, they still even with them keep losing and getting all them first round picks. How many of them panned out?
I know, yeah.
Didn't pan out to John Dorsey.
Some of those guys were good. And the Browns, it's all about management, though, you know? Because you look at Kyle Shanahan, and the offense. Now, for some reason, people still think that offense is going to sputter. But I can almost guarantee you, Kyle Shanahan doesn't. Yeah, the defense, we're talking about who we want to add to it, but all it is at this point is overkill. Because the thing is, Kyle's going to have guys running around out there open, loose, and nobody on them anyway. Every time you see them touchdowns all season long, with the receiver standing there with everybody everywhere, and the receiver just standing there jogging into the end zone, I said, see, that's freaky. If I'm a DC, I just be throwing my clipboard out the window if I'm sitting upstairs. I said, I had that play covered, and I'll be bleep, and then he get bleep. He got, why is that dude running open? You know, I could see that.
Right.
So, you know. That's the way it is.
Like, you know what I'm saying? If we did though get Odell, like, you know how scary this offense. That's automatically 14 points just alone with him. That's 14 points added to whatever we already averaged just alone with him. Because that's going to free up Kittle so much, and Marquise and Pettis. If Pettis get a number 2 corner on him, that's easy money. If Marquise get a number 3 nickel on him, that's easy money.
I know.
That's easy money. So I mean, that's why I feel like we really, you know what I'm saying, we could have pushed a little. We could have traded somebody. You know what I'm saying? Swap.
They tried.
I understand. They tried,
but would you have given up?
So that's the only thing, you know.
Yeah, but would you have given up Buckner though?
Nah, hell no.
Yeah.
No, that's not happening. That's not happening. No. They asked you too much for that. That's why. I mean, of course we tried the Patriots when we asked for Tom Brady first before Jimmy Garoppolo. We tried the Patriots like that, but you see, we end up getting somebody. We end up getting Jimmy. So you gotta press the little buttons. You gotta press the buttons a little bit.
Do you know what happened to the Khalil Mack? Because you hear things, but I don't know what's the truth. How they failed on Khalil? I figure it's because of the Raiders, but
even still, if they said we offered just enough or more, maybe because they thought, because Jimmy wasn't hurt at the time, so they'd be like, oh well, you know, the Niners, you know, they actually are pretty good. So with Jimmy, we might not even get a good high round pick, but they messed that up with the Bears. You gave the Bears that team because the Bears already had a top 10 defense. You just added him to it, so they just made them better. And their offseason moves made them a little bit better as well. So it's just like, but you never knew, because they knew with us. Everybody had us on this hype that we were going to be this great of a team. I was happy.
Stevie, I don't care what anybody says. If we'd have been healthy last year, that was an 8-8 team.
We were supposed to win 8 games without Jimmy this year.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, because if
defense ain't ready for that though. Stevie, let me go over your trades, because we're going to run out of time in a minute. I'm going to go over. Let's go over your second round. Now, Stevie trades down number 2 overall pick to the Giants for their number 6 and number 17. So his first round pick starts at number 6, defensive tackle Quentin Williams out of Alabama. Bam! Him and Buckner in the middle. Get the what? First round pick at number 17, defensive end. He is Brian Burns. Malcolm Smith, get that out of here. We're going to put Burns back, right back down that. I've been putting him on that Sam. Second round pick, number 36, Nasser Adderley out of Delaware. Third round pick at 67, Michael Jordan. And I'm not talking about the one that plays basketball. And we're going to trade Solomon Thomas of the Bengals for their number 72 pick. I can't believe he's going to do that to Mrs. Thomas' baby boy. But business is business. I'm going to pick up the third round pick, number 72, Hakeem Butler, Iowa State. Fourth round pick, the 104, cornerback, Lonnie Johnson Jr. out of Kentucky. Which goes to show you, Josh Allen is not the only star at Kentucky. Actually, they got quite a few. We'll talk about that later on. Sixth round pick at 176, linebacker Khalil Hodge, Buffalo. And at final sixth round pick, that punter Jack Fox, as you already know. I'm swinging around here too much. As you already know, will replace the Pinion Child. It'll be fine. All right. Excuse me. All right. Hey, let me go again. Oh, God. Okay. All right, let's get the questions here are. Let's get those right now. On the screen, please. And it's R49Y says Darrell Henderson, Memphis running back, is a beast. Okay, those are statements. We don't need statements. Well, okay. Well, Stevie, how do you feel about Darrell Henderson out of Memphis? Running back though.
Henderson. Yeah. I feel like he's gonna probably go to early day 2 because he's actually really good. He's like a Maurice Jones-Drew type of back. He's short, stocky, but he's fast though.
Oh, maybe like is it when you say short and stocky? Is he? How heavy is he though?
Like he's probably like maybe 210, but he's stocky with it.
Yeah,
he's real stocky with it.
Because, see, if there's anything, I'm still impressed with what C.J. Anderson came in and did for the Rams. If I can find me a guy that goes...
right now. You know that, right?
Yeah, I heard about that. I don't understand. Rams ain't got no money. I forgot.
Yeah, they ain't got no money. And I feel like if they would have signed him back, it would have been more controversial, to be honest, because, you know, the Todd Gurley situation. So I feel like they're not trying to do that. And they matched the offer with... what's the running back that got hurt that made them bring in C.J. Anderson? Brown?
Yeah, I know. So he was sitting somewhere waiting for an offer, and the Rams had to match it. We got to move. Amir Lindsay says, "Why everyone wants Bosa and not Quentin Williams? Did anyone see what Brady did to the Chargers in the AFC Championship? Pressure up the middle is key. That's why we beat the Seahawks this year."
I got him in one of our mock drafts, so I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that.
But Stevie, here's the thing that. People have to realize your pressure up the middle is effective. Why? Because they don't have to focus. With us, it's all they had to do is focus on the middle. If you got pressure coming from the outside, it's A, B, C, football. If I got pressure on the outside, pressure up the middle, where's your offensive line going to go? They're going to get singled out. So the reason why the inside pressure is effective is because they can't focus just only on the inside pressure. They've got to respect the edges. That's the way it works. So Quentin Williams, we've got a lot of guys that go in the middle. Quentin Williams would be nice, but you already got D Ford. If you got D Ford, now Quentin Williams, he does actually make sense though. So, you know.
He does. I mean, who you going to double team, him or D Ford? You double team one of them, the other one's going to get free. So it's just like, what you going to do? Like, that's why I feel like, you know,
raging off the edge.
Exactly, Ronbo. And then I ain't gonna lie, because I don't feel like Solomon Thomas will bring the same effect Quentin Williams will bring. So if you do get if we trade down with the Giants and do get both of those players, that's gonna be hard, Ronbo. That's gonna be hard.
I agree, because since we already got our edge, I agree. All right. And Sheik the Freak, thoughts on Boykin over Debo, Butler, Harry, and hit that like. Thanks, Sheik. All right, Boykin over Debo.
But Debo's not going to go in the fourth. I got Boykin going in the 4th round. And I had us in the 2nd round getting to say Adderley. So I'm like, Debo's not getting past the 2nd round. That's the only reason why I didn't choose him. So that's one reason.
Late 1st round, 2nd round, that's true.
Yeah. And you get so who would you rather have? Nasir Adderley at free safety or Debo at receiver? See, second round pick.
See, that's
why I was just like,
that's good calculating, because you know where these guys are going to fall. And if you've been planning on that, Oh, God, I wonder where AJ's going in the first. I guess AJ's going in the 1st round.
He probably, like, you know how to, like, what Calvin Ridley and DJ Moore did last year, they went in the mid-20s. Almost late 20s last year. So don't be surprised if you see that again, because this is a better draft defensively than it was last year. So
where Cortland Sutton?
Cortland Sutton went in the 2nd round.
Yeah.
I think he went a couple picks before Pettis. So,
yeah. That's right. All right.
You may never know, and this is a better draft defensive-wise, so they're going to drop. Offensive talent's going to drop.
Right, that's true. You got more defense. Yeah, that's what the balance this year swung to. Yeah, exactly. And that's how these guys fall. Steve Randall wants to know, what do you think about this? What if we trade number 2 to the leaders for number 4 and number 20? Wait a minute. What do you think about this if we trade number 2 to the leaders? Who are the leaders?
I don't know what they're talking about.
Okay. Raiders is bad. Okay. It's a misspell. Raiders.
To
the Raiders for number 4. Because the Raiders are number 4 and number 20. Okay.
You can if he's trade number 2 to them, so that means, say if they do take a quarterback 1, I think the Raiders, if we trade number, if we trade him to the Raiders, that means Nick Bosa had to be gone at 1.
Right.
I believe that.
Because I'm wondering, what would the Raiders be trading up there for?
Exactly, because you can still get Josh Allen or somebody else at 4, or the linebacker, or whoever they want at 4. It's not too far away. But I mean, if we could fleece them, well, I'll fleece them. We're still in the top 5.
I know.
So, yeah.
Oh, you know, the only way you get the Raiders to do that is if Kyler Murray, if the Cards do go ahead and fool everybody and go ahead and take Quinnen. Oh, that would, you know what? This is why I know the Cardinals ain't kidding. What, it wouldn't benefit the Cardinals to BS anybody. I want you to trade up. I tell you things like I like Josh Rosen. If you give me a deal, maybe I'll get up off of Kyler Murray. But if there's 2 teams that don't need to BS this year, it's the Cardinals and the 49ers.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. CJ West says, thoughts on N'Keal Harry?
Oh, yeah. I like him, but I feel like we won't get him in the first round, though, just because we have other needs, because we need free safety. We still need another end to come up the edge. So it's just like, either way it go, I don't think unless he just falls in that, it's going to be hard. If he falls in the second round and they still really love the safeties that we have, and he comes in the second round and it's between him and Adderley, knowing John Lynch and them, I'm pretty sure they might go N'Keal Harry. You
think so? Because it's going to be
just because John Lynch pissed me off with this. I love these safeties that we got, and I feel like he's really going to stick with that and might not even get a safety in the draft until later. But at the same time, if it's both of them there, and then Kyle likes N'Keal Harry and he fits the offensive scheme, I feel like they might get him though. They might pull that trigger.
And it could be right, but you know what? When they got Jordan Matthew, I got a feeling now the 49ers don't feel such urgency to go ahead and get a wide receiver. They've got guys that have been in the program for a couple of years now. They probably think those guys are going to be okay. And your urgency is probably going to be toward and you know what, Stevie, don't take John. John is not serious, because if he was, he wouldn't have said anything, because that would tell every safety on our team, kick back, relax, man, fire that thing up, man. We got this made. Yeah, we ain't got this. Y'all ain't got this.
For a Hall of Fame safety, for him playing as a Hall of Fame safety, he sure enough need to pick. You know what I'm saying? You should have got Earl Thomas. I'm mad. We should have just got Earl Thomas.
I know, right?
I'm just going for that. We should have got him.
Yeah. And Sheik wants to know, with Sweat, medical issue, he's going to fall. If he falls the second round, there's a question, Stevie. Now, if Sweat does fall, what if he falls all the way to, some people think he might fall the 3rd or 4th round. Do you go ahead and work with Sweat, or do you, like everybody else, ignore that poor boy if he falls? And I'm going to extend that question to 2nd or 3rd round. What would you go do?
That's tough.
I know, right?
Because the heart condition, you may never know what's the true. You don't never know if he might come back up. You may never know what may happen with that. So it's just like, and guys like Ja'Kai Polite is falling to the 2nd round already. Just because, so you could get Ja'Kai Polite over. I wouldn't say over Sweat. That's tough.
You know, Ja'Kai's ranked above Sweat currently anyway.
Yeah, and Ja'Kai's going in the 2nd round now just because of all the botched interviews. But he has a pro day coming up, so he can make up for it at his pro day. But no, for real, Ronbo, they've been.
I know.
GM said he might go to the 2nd round, maybe even early 3rd. But I highly doubt they're gonna let that player pass the 2nd round. But
Steve, you're still at school and you got an attitude. Man, you can't talk like Ja'Kai.
But people, you know, they young. You know what I'm saying? They young. You'll never know their backgrounds, where they come from, and that maybe they have a hard time expressing themselves, and they don't like that just because you may never know, because they do ask a lot of crazy and dumb questions. So you may never know.
I heard about it last year.
But he never got in trouble off the field though. That's true. His play on the field was worth it.
What was that running back's name last year that got hurt right off the bat last season? Good running back too. He had a really tough life as a kid, huh?
Bryce. No.
Bryce. What's like?
Bryce Love?
Yeah. Is that his last name? No. Was that his last name? Anyway, he came in, tore his knee up right away. I haven't heard from him since then. I wonder if he's okay yet.
Darius Guice.
Darius Guice.
Yeah.
Darius comes in and he started asking about his love life. And, you like guys and girls. Whoa. What are you guys asking me that for? What's that got to do with football? So
exactly.
You got to be ready.
And he was actually good. They started running back until he got hurt. So that made them get Adrian Peterson. They would have never got Adrian Peterson if it wasn't for him getting hurt. So, I mean, The talent is like never had off the field. Well, he had one off the field incident, but it's like it's college, but life happens in college. Dumb mistakes happen in college. You have a bigger scope on you when you're a football player, especially if you're good or you're the star of the team.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Here's another thing. She also wants to. Is it Ed Marin? We can get to that one then. Okay, now you just answered that question. Freak also wants to know, after the draft, would you give Barry a proven deal?
If we don't get the safety, yeah. Why not? Why not give him a 2-year deal? Not even a proven deal. Give him a 2-year deal. With Parag Martha and how he does everything. Oh yeah.
I know.
And especially because I know he's gonna have a chip on his shoulder.
I know, right? I mean, it's good. I hope they're all angry. Ed Marin wants to know if Quentin Williams. If Quentin is gone at 6 in your trade back scenario, who do you go for? Do you 6 to DT Ed Oliver? Because Stevie, I kind of agreed. I couldn't imagine Quentin being around for the 6th pick.
I couldn't either. But if you really look at it, the Jets do not need a D. They don't need a D lineman. They need a pass rusher. What's the name? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They don't need a D lineman. They need a linebacker in the corner. So that leaves the Raiders and the Jets, because I'm pretty sure Nick Bosa is going at 1. 2 is going to be a quarterback. So that leaves you got Josh Allen, and then you got Quentin Williams at the 3 and 4. The Raiders don't need a D lineman. They need an edge rusher, and they need a linebacker and more corners. So they might not get Quentin Williams on that. That's how I feel it. I know it's hard to look at it like that because he is that good, but shoot, remember Leonard Williams? He was in the same predicament. Leonard Williams,
with the Jets.
He was compared like he was supposed to be the best D lineman. He fell to 6 to the Jets. Mm-hmm. So you may never know. It's supposed to happen. It may happen. It may not. But in my draft, that's how it happened.
And I can tell you, but there's a little nostalgia for you. That year, do you know that Eric Armstead was the 2nd most productive lineman of the freshmen coming in that year to the NFL? See, that's why I know if Armstead can stay healthy, and this year he's got some legitimate help all around him, I think we may have something there. And Ed Marin wants to know, we got that. Coach says, you found a way to get some good picks in there, but can't agree with all. Burns is not going that high, I don't believe. Allen or Sweat would be better there if they last.
Burns won't go at 17?
He said Burns not going that high.
Burns is I picked Burns at 17. That's like a mid. That's actually average for him. That's projected for him right now. That's 15 to the 20 range. Yeah, for Edge, like I understand he's not the top one. You got the first 2 right there. You might even have Sweat over him, but he might be in the middle because everybody needs an edge rusher. So at that 15 pick, that'd probably be the best one for us at 15 or 17. I'm sorry.
Where do you honestly think Sweat is gonna?
Sweat might be in the top 12. Top 12.
You think somebody pick him up? Because that's like we're talking about a huge risk here.
Yeah,
that's my first round. He got
cleared with the heart. They say he doesn't even have to get checked up again for the heart.
Did they say that? Oh,
they said it, but it's just my thing is I'm still scared. Just I wouldn't chance. Maybe another team would if he's already checked out and it's already been said he's been good. He doesn't have to get rechecked for it. So, he's probably still going to go top 12. And you ran a 4.41 at what 270 pounds. You running faster than half the corners on the team.
That's insane. And any wide receiver that Sweat feels like running down the field with, he's in trouble too.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, it might be worth the risk just taking him at 12, depending on who the team is.
But I'd be thinking if I could just get out of the first round, because it would kill me if all of a sudden they call me up. John, John Lynch. Montez Sweat. Is he playing? He's playing for your team, right? Who is this? Yeah, this is Ben Kiter down here at the hospital. Listen, John, you should come on down here right now. We've got some things you want me to see. And they said, can you imagine? Oh, no.
That's we already took enough with the ACLs and all the other. Just make sure we kick players that don't really get ass injured. I know Nick Bosa is worth it. So his injury wasn't like killer. So he's worth it. Like, he's worth it. So that injury, I wouldn't care for.
Yeah, we got the sports medicine guys. I'm hoping if they can do what they do with other teams, I hope they can keep the 49ers afloat. It is not a promise that all our guys have to go down and injury. It is not a promise because the Prater's been hurt before that he has to continually get hurt. And I figure the guys who know what they're doing are going to put these guys physically in a position where they're going to do nutrition, training habits, stretching, all that stuff that maybe been lacking before. These things could come into play, and the 49ers could stay on the field all year. If that happens, then you have to think Bosa. Yeah. A lot of people don't, but we'll see. Well, Stevie, Elazar Garza says, what about Zach Allen in the second or third?
I ain't really think of Zach Allen like that. But,
yeah.
I mean, he good too now, but I mean, still, but I feel like he's more of a power rusher than a speed rusher.
Yeah.
So if you want to be a power rusher, we got that at Eric Armstead. If you want to do power, but we need more of a speed. Just alone, we already got enough power on the inside. We need some speed on the outside. Yeah. You close all that in, you there. But Zach Allen is good though.
Would you put him above Solly T?
Zach Allen? Oh yeah, Solly T got to go. I told you, Solly T got to go. He got to go. I'm not on that train. He got to go. I ain't on that.
Oh man, I really, because we were waiting for Kasort to come back with his evaluation of Solly T. Because as soon as he got there, the coach said,
if they thinking Quentin Williams, they let you know Solly T regardless is going to be a rotational player. No matter how we put it, because he's not going to outdo Eric Armstead on the inside or the outside. Yeah. So therefore, he's a rotational player that we got at the number 3 overall pick. You better let him go. John Lynch, you botched that up. You got to, he got to go.
His classmate, and I that's why I says, who's Solomon T going to make sit down? Even before the draft, I said, who's going to sit down for Solomon T to play? Come on now.
Sheldon Day better than him. we got Sheldon Day. We got David Street. Then we got Julian Taylor. Come on now, Ronbo.
I'm convinced. I already know. I feel bad for him though. He had a bad year, but and his family and all that type of thing. I feel bad for him for that reason. I hope mentally.
Still have a job. I understand his family situation, and that's tough. I'm not going to even sit here and play like it ain't something serious. But you still, at the end of the day, you still have a job to do. You still that's like my father can't just not work here. Like say we here, he can't not work because bills have to be paid.
Yeah.
So no matter what you got going on in life, you still have other responsibilities you have to take care of, and you getting paid millions of dollars. To do this job right here. So it's just like, I understand that it's tough, take a little, a couple of weeks, but you got to get back at it. And that thing never came back. You didn't do good your freshman rookie year. This year you did a little better, but it's like, even if they do play you out of position, you were the number 3 overall pick.
And you're supposed to look like it. You got paid a lot of money. Steve Van wants to know, if we had 6 and 17, what do you think about taking Greedy at 17?
If he's there, yeah. I don't think he's going to be there, but if he's there, yeah. Why not? So, but I mean, that's basically we're going to have to trade a corner because what you're going to put, maybe what they're going to put Verrett at nickel. I'm pretty sure they're banking on Verrett to get back to his regular form, just so because Colin, if you look at the pressure, Kyle and John, they were ready to get out there just to see if they got the deal done. They was that excited for Jason Verrett. And if he could get back to his healthy form, he could play both nickel and outside. But I mean, if we get Greedy's gonna have to. I'm with it. I like it. I already like Greedy already. So if we get him, that's just make us better. That much better at corner.
Yeah, Greedy. I understand. He's gonna have to put some. He's sort of like Akello in the fact that you wonder, can he bring a person down coming up busting through that?
He's way more. His coverage is way better, and he's more aggressive than Akello.
No, I mean as far as tackling.
Greedy will get in there. Greedy will get in there. He will tackle. You play in the SEC. You cannot play in the SEC and not
That's right. Ain't no weak sisters out there, boy. You get clowned.
At all. I'm telling you. You can't go out there, let me not cuss, but you can't go out there doing that craziness. But he's good now. I like it. He's a way better corner than Akello.
Oh, well, yeah.
Way better.
I mean, he's coming out of school better anyway. Fam,
exactly.
we go. Hey, by the way, go into the app, check out. You'll see the poll. Vote for Stevie. Tell us how you feel about him. You'll get your choices right there. And Steve, I got to tell you, man, I really did appreciate you, man, because, you know, as soon as you said Nick Bosa, my man, 50 grand, you know.
Yeah. Give him that 97. So
Dakota Watson, chat, boy, getting mad.
Dakota going to have to change that number because if we get Nick Bosa, Dakota, that 97 got to go. It's the new 97 we got right now. So
yeah. All right, Stevie. I'll tell you what, fam. Right. Thank you so much. And Stevie, don't forget that like. Stevie, I'm going to count 3, 2, 1. Let's give a holler, all right?
All right.
3, 2, 1. Niners! Look at Stevie, boy, you wear a lot like that. Yeah.